Hello, hello. In this video, we're going to be starting a new project that we are developing for you. And that is the bar stool designed by Andy Anderson. Specifically in this video, we will produce the first component, which is the arched backrest. And it has some unique joinery that will come to life. So let's get to work and see how it's done. Now, if you're new to CNC, it is completely understandable that all of us have run into that fear factor of not wanting to run a part because we're not sure if we did everything correctly. And that is the purpose for these types of project plans. We want to bring you along with us, showing and explaining the decisions that we made throughout the entire project. This also helps protect your valuable CNC investment, knowing that all the parts have already been proven and tested so that you can run with the project as fast as you wish. Here I'm going to break down some of the choices we made for this arched backrest. Now this part needed to be fixtured on a horizontal work surface. One of my favorite methods though that automatically squares the blank into the machine and makes it so we can get parts on and off quickly is using these low pro clamps with the slotted T-track table. On our legacy CNC, this horizontal table can be used for vacuum tables for sheet processing, but we also have the ability to switch out our table fixtures for part processing. Another thing you can do with the blank that can save you a lot of frustration is simply making it oversized so that the entire blank can be cut out of the material. Yes, this adds a little bit of extra waste material, but a majority of the time it is well worth it, not having to deal with the cutters accidentally going into your clamps or fixtures if you didn't give yourself enough room. Now this component is going to be receiving all the precision joinery first before we cut out the arch shape. And if we can do this with less cutters, all the better, just makes it simpler. And here we've chosen a 3/8 down spiral cutter. This helps prevent any tear out or feathering along those top edges as we're cutting the part. Now this was produced on the Maverick 4x4 CNC system with a 6 horsepower spindle. And so I was able to take about 3/8 of an inch for each pass depth so that we could get this done pretty fast. If you had a smaller CNC, we would need to go in and modify those parameters to take, smaller passes and perhaps slow down our feed rates. Another reason we chose the 3/8 cutter is because it kind of fits within the best of both worlds. If you can get away with a smaller cutter, usually that's better. One, it's less expensive, you can get tighter into the corners, but here, if we're pocketing out areas like those iso-lock pockets on both ends of this arched component, it's better to use a larger cutter because it can do it a lot faster. The other thing we were able to control throughout these toolpaths is the direction of the cut. Most of these cuts are actually performing a conventional cut, which makes the cutter last longer and slightly increases the parameters of the joinery so that everything has a nice snug fit instead of being too tight. Now the coolest part about this component is by far the ends, the iso-lock joints. And this is a unique joint because it's actually a mechanical lock that's happening on both the top and the bottom side when these come together with those armrests. The other advantage of this joint is that overlapping glue surface. All of that glue surface is going to create a very structured and strong joint. One of my favorite things about CNC is that we're able to expand into capabilities that are not very comfortable or possible to do with traditional tools. For example, how would you approach this iso-lock joint? You'd have to create some very complicated templates using router fixtures. And again, it would take multiple steps and processes trying to create all of these templates to work together. Where here, we're able to combine all of this into one sequence so the part simply comes out and it's ready for sanding, glue up, and assembly. It's going to be pretty exciting to see how the rest of those arch components connect with this iso-lock joint. And that's actually going to be our next video, is producing the left and right sides of that armrest. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon in that next video.